Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian, and today I've got a game called Welcome to Redview. Welcome to Redview is an expansion for Chronicles of Crime from Lucky Duck Games. In this game, players become members of the Mystery Gang, a group of high school sleuths that live in Redview, Maine, and the year is 1985. There are 4 scenarios for this expansion, and these pre-internet detectives must use their abilities to pass certain tests. There are some skill checks for fitness, speech, and mind. Each character has energy that they can use to re-roll if they don't get the roll that they were wanting. And, since you're playing as kids, they must be home by 10 p.m., so you'll need to pay close attention to the clock. So let's check it out, and I'll show you the new components, how to perform skill checks, and we'll discuss the scenarios with no spoilers for Welcome to Redview. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have in the box. There we go. There's the rule book. So these are all of the locations. So there are a bunch of them, home through N, A through N. So there's a lot of these, and they all have art on them. They're super cool, a whole lot of these. Okay, and then these are all of the characters that you can be, and they have the little re-roll tokens at the bottom. So this Jeff gets 4 of these, and then you can flip one over to re-roll. And then these are his stats. He's kind of okay at all of them. But here, Alex only has 1 re-roll, but he's better at all of them. Richie isn't very fast, but he's okay at talking and he's really smart. And then all the stats vary from player to player. And if you notice, everything in this box, except for like the dice and the tokens, are gonna have this little hat icon on it. There's there too. That means it's from Redview. These are the reroll tokens. There's a bunch of these, enough for 4 players. These are the energy. Here we have the dice. These are little red transparent dice. There we go. There's 4 of those, 1 for each player. And then it comes with more clues. So these are the, let's see. Oh, these are all the star ones. So they're all little star clues. Wait. Sorry, these go to the original game. These are the hat ones. They all have hats. So they're stars 26 through 35. And then there's a whole bunch of people, 30 of them. And they all have art on them, just like the original. And something I noticed is that the original game has just heads, and these are more body shots. I thought that was kind of cool. And then there's this cool insert with art on it. And here, let me take all these out for a second. This is the original game box, and all of these, there's the hat icon, those all go in there. And these can go in there. And then everything all fits in the box. Like here, let's see, these are the little tokens, and if you look at the little icon in there, it has a picture of the energy tokens with a little hat on them. So let's go there. And then, hey, there's a little spot for all the dice. Right there. And then all of these characters and locations fit in here too, along with the original ones from the game. Okay, I've got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what did you think of Welcome to Redview?
I really like the new scenarios. I was a product of the 80s, and so maybe these spoke to me a little bit more. It kind of felt a little bit, what's that show with the dog and the mysteries?
Scooby-Doo?
Yes, that. It felt like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they used the same concept, otherwise they wouldn't make an expansion. But you scan the different places just like the other one, but the cool thing is that it gives you an option. Hey, now you can roll to sneak into this guy's house.
Yeah, so it adds kind of like an RPG aspect to it. You're rolling to see if you pass the test or whatever. And skill check. Yeah.
And the different people have different stats, so one person can have a +3 to talking, or they have a +0 on like fitness. And then they also have
some more balanced people.
And then different amounts of little like energy bars where you expend one to roll again.
Yeah, and that really did make it harder because you're going along through the story, and all of a sudden you can see that you need to really convince somebody to get into a building or whatever, and like if you're not playing with somebody who has really good speech, then that can be really hard, and you might use a lot of rerolls, and then you might just fail altogether and have to go back to your headquarters early. And so and I don't know, it added a little bit more I guess chance to the story, and there were times where we completely didn't get a whole part of the story,
and then we just missed out on that
because we just couldn't get past that.
Though luckily it does add, hey, you can either try to convince this person, or you can hold them up to the wall and threaten them, or
sneak in at night.
It gives you some different options.
Yep.
Sometimes. Components, it comes with more clue cards and more characters, and then the new boards and everything needed for the new Redview scenarios.
Yeah, and
the dice.
I mean, the base game has sections for Redview and Noir. If you don't own those, you kind of don't know what those little icons are, and so when we got Welcome to Redview, it was like, oh, that's where that goes. So all of the components fit in the original box, which is nice.
Yeah, but then you don't get to use the cool box. And the artwork on it is really cool. It's got the same feel as the original London one, but now it's kind of more bright and colorful, and you've got your treehouse and the little town of Redview.
Yeah, they did a good job.
And then, so strategy, it's the same, except that now it has the cool, the rolling, and you get 4 new scenarios.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit different strategy just with the skills and things, and the re-rolls and the energy, and then, going back to your treehouse at night or whatever lets you reset your energy. So there's some, do we wait till the next day, or are there things you only can do at night, and that type of thing.
Yeah. Easy for kids. We played it with Lincoln.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it's easy enough for kids. I mean, you're using the little app to scan the things.
Sometimes some of the connections are kind of hard to make.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of content, maybe more, teenage related things, whether it's, alcohol or drugs, or, they go to a bar, or, there's a club, or that type of thing. So I don't know that it necessarily fits really well for playing with kids, which is kind of a shame, because this, the mystery gang part of that feels kind of like it's more kid friendly. But it does say that it's high school, so I think maybe the content does fit
with what they say
with that age. Yeah. But a couple of the later scenarios, there wasn't that content issue. I remember specifically it was really just kind of the first one.
The intro one?
Yeah, well, no, not the intro. I mean, it was just the first one of Redview. And then it had some stuff about drugs or whatever. But I don't remember there being lots of blood or stuff like when you're doing the VR.
Yeah, there wasn't any blood. Oh, and the VR was cool because that was all art. It didn't look more like the London ones were a little bit more realistic, and these are more like the cartoony art that's on the box and on all the cards and everything else. Like it kind of looked more like a Scooby-Doo comic.
Yep.
And it was cool.
Yeah, so I mean, you can definitely play this one with kids, middle school, high school, probably, and then maybe, depending if you want to read those words or not, you can choose to read them or not. But...
All right. Yep. So overall, I had a lot of fun playing Welcome to Redview. We finished one scenario and we're like, all right, now let's set it up and play again. And it was just a lot of fun. It added a lot with the rolling, but it didn't change it too much, and it added the chance, and you get all anxious or ready. Oh, I gotta roll, and I have to roll a 4.
Yeah, and everybody's standing up, like waiting. It gets a little bit tense to see if you pass the skills. Yep.
Yep. So Welcome to Redview by Lucky Duck. Do you have anything else?
No, I was just going to say that I really like this one because it all fits in the singular box. I don't know what else is to come. They have made a few announcements on social media about more Chronicles of Crime titles. And so I really look forward to what they're doing. I think this is really cool, the use of the app and the VR and that kind of stuff to tell the stories. It's just really innovative. And and if you like the original or noir, definitely check this one out.
All right. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page, send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game, visit our webpage briansgotgame.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian, and this is my dad, and I'll see you next time.